Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Massa with Massa & Associates, and happy 2021. Now, with 2020 in the books, I have the year-end San Diego North County Homedex report numbers to share with you. So today, we're going to identify just how well the 2020 market did, the obvious trends created in the last year, and the top 3 areas that have gained the most appreciation in terms of median price point. And a hint, if you've owned or invested in any one of these areas, you are going to be super stoked. And the last thing we're going to talk about is the scariest thing about 2020 numbers, the December 2020 numbers rather. So stay tuned, watch the whole video. We got some great information for you. Now, getting right into it, I think we can all agree that 2020 was a wild ride in so many different aspects. The biggest stories you already know, but let's talk about the market drivers here in San Diego. Again, the biggest story was the sub 3% interest rates. You guys have all seen the high 2s, mid 2s, little over 3%, driving a lot of people back into our market to buy homes, refinance, etc. The biggest story and the biggest challenge that we faced was the amazingly limited supply that we had of homes here in San Diego County. That was also throughout the entire nation, or most of the nation as far as I'm aware. But just to give you a hint, the inventory of homes for sale to end the year when the bell rang was 64% below the same time frame last year. That's huge, right? Now, there's also a brand new value system that buyers have determined or decided that was more important to them over the last year, living in their homes a lot more, having to stay home. Now, I kind of call it the run for the hills theory, but what's been happening in areas like Julian, Descanso, and Bonzo, those areas have each seen 60 to 80% increase in the number of closed sales over 2020. And they saw a nearly 30% increase in their average sales price. Those numbers are huge. Those markets are skyrocketing with new people coming in and driving prices up. Now, we can't just say it's for more affordable properties, because in Rancho Santa Fe, with a $2.7 million median price point for 2020, Rancho Santa Fe saw a 35% increase in closed number of sales, which is huge for the area. And with 280 sales on the year, that's the same number as all 3 of those communities, Julian, Descanso, and Bonzo, all put together. So the point is that there's a shift in the value system, right? And these numbers suggest that people are valuing homes with more land, more property, and more space around them. Affordability may be playing a role as well. However, I believe that really people just want to spread out and get the right properties right for them and their families. So jumping into the top 3 properties with the highest median appreciation growth in San Diego County over 2020. Now, again, this is considering the last 5 years. So from 2016 through 2020, with over 100 closed sales. That was kind of the dividing line to get into this analysis here. But coming in at number 1 is La Jolla with 46.2% median price point over the last 5 years. Now, I got a hint for you. The last couple of years, La Jolla didn't even place in the top 10. So realistically, a lot of that growth has come in 2020. And I can say that in July, La Jolla had like 6 months of inventory, and now they have under 3. So I can say that the last 6 months, a lot of that growth has taken place over the last year to come in at number 1 with 46.2% increase in median price point. That is huge for the La Jolla area, especially at their price point. Now, coming in at number 2 is Logan Heights with a 43.9% increase over the last 5 years. Now, Logan Heights was a great investment opportunity about 5-6 years ago. A lot of investors came in there, flipped homes, attracted more people, and the price points just soared. It's a great location considering the proximity to downtown, etc. But Logan Heights coming in at number 2. And number 3, there was an exact tie between Encinitas, my hometown, and North Park, both coming in at 38.9% increase in median price point. Now, one other thing about Encinitas, last year it came in at number 1. Okay, so Encinitas has proven over the last few years to be a very consistently growing community, and it still continues to grow today. North Park, again, a very high demand area also. So that being said, let's jump into the December numbers, because December basically went out with a bang. Lots of fireworks happening in the market in December. So the median price point for detached homes in December was $800,000, the highest that we've seen all year. And that's 6 straight months of positive median year-over-year price increases or improvements. And if it wasn't for June of 2020, which was basically the 2 to 3 months, after the COVID hit, and that was the effect on our market, we saw that dip. There would be 15 straight months of positive median price point gains, which is huge, over a year straight. And the last 5 months have all seen double-digit median price point growth. That's 10% or higher year over year for 5 months in a row. That's huge. That just shows the last 5 to 6 months, our market has really been on fire here in North County specifically. So new listings are down 6% from December of 2019. That's only 589 detached homes on the market. Realistically, for that big of an area, that's not very many homes. Closed sales in December was 1,053, which is up over 14% from 2019. So again, doing the math, 6% lower number of new listings, 14% more sales. That's where we're coming up with our imbalance and our shortfall in our inventory. So as I mentioned, the median price for detached homes, $800,000. That's up over 15% from December of last year. The average price point is up 18%, and that's coming in at $1,031,000. The original list price received, and this is a very interesting number, is 99.4%, meaning sellers are basically coming in near perfect on their listing prices on an average basis. A lot of times we're seeing that go way over. Obviously there's some selling under, but for 99.4%, that's a near perfect result. However, in November, if you guys recall, the number was 99.6%. So a little bit off in December. Not really sure what that is, but that's pretty darn close to perfect. Okay, so the inventory of homes for sale, this again is the biggest story. In December, there was 861 homes on the market to start December. That's down 60% from the previous year. Now that's less than 1 month inventory, 0.8 months of inventory that we have. Again, remember, an average market is 6 months of inventory. Last year at this time, we were just getting up to 3.5 months of inventory. So we've pretty much eroded all of those inventory gains in this year, realistically in the last 6 months. So the scariest thing about 2020 numbers that I'm seeing in the conversations that I was having is the seller's question of, how can, or my question even, how can we get more inventory on the market when the biggest concern for sellers is that they have no place to go because there's no inventory, right? So there is a solution for that. Do you want to hear it? I've got a hint for you. It's coming mid-2021. Happy to share that with you, but give me a call directly and we'll go over just over my thoughts. But what I want to hear from you guys is, what do you see coming in 2021? Do you see this market environment from 2020 coming into 2021? Everybody consult your crystal balls, leave some comments below. I want to hear what you're thinking, what your thoughts are, and why. I want to get a great dialogue going on for people. I think it's fun starting out the year of what we all believe is going to happen, and then we can reevaluate it later next year. But again, I want to hear from you. So please leave some comments below. Share this with a friend who may be thinking about buying or selling in the next year, or just a friend in general that you like to talk to about things like the market. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. So thanks again. As always, give me a call if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you. Happy January 2021, and cheers to an incredible year to come. See you soon.